Is 250,000 flare enough for you to retire? As I will explain in this video, because we have different situations in this world. For one person, it can just be a stepping stone for their success, and for someone else, it can be something to retire on for the rest of their lives. What is going on, everybody? It's King Karan with another flare content for you guys. So I have a lot of these questions in my DMs, right? Hey King, is 100,000 flare enough? Is 200,000 flare enough? Is even 1 million flare enough? And I thought, let me just make a video about this, to also discuss about these numbers. So you guys are very well prepared for what's coming for flare. Because if we're going to look at 250,000 flare, that is around the equivalent of $2,500. And for the people in the West, it might be nothing because that's just nothing but a monthly salary. But if you look at the people who are living in Asia or they're living in Africa, South America, these are the countries where the average salary is around $10,000 per year. Big difference. And obviously, it's not for every country, right? You have countries like Singapore who makes like $3,000 to $4,000 per month, and it's still in Asia. So it really depends, but you have a lot of countries who are even making $300 to $400 per month. So that's a big difference, right? And then we're asking, is 250,000 flare enough for you? And for the people in these countries, they have to work months for that in order to accumulate that. Without spending it on their families, without spending it on their house, without spending it on their food. They just have to work for months in order to accumulate that amount. So when flare goes to a certain price point, because I was calculating that 250,000 flare on 1 cent. Let's say it does a 10x from here. That is $25,000. And that is 2.5 years of work for people in Asia, Africa, or South America. And that is life changing because with that, you have that amount and you can also earn yield on top of that. So that monthly salary that you are getting, you can already get it from that 250,000 flare. So actually you are retiring. You are getting your monthly salary that you actually had to work for, and you just get it just like that, and you have a bag that is working for you. But for the people in the West, where I'm based at, that might not even be enough. And I do understand that because the cost of living here is going through the roof. They are printing money like crazy, and the prices of everything around you is skyrocketing. And it's actually not that case. It's actually that the dollar is going down, the euro is going down, the pounds are going down, and everything around us is just way more expensive than it used to be. So that 250,000 flare might not even be enough for you, right? You have people who already have been accumulating crypto for years and they are way surpassing that number. But you also have people who are just getting started with crypto in the West and they have not even reached $2,000 of net worth. And if you look at me, when I was 18, 19, you think I had all of that money? I did not even have $1,000. I didn't. When I started to research crypto, I was working at the restaurant. I was a dishwasher when I was 17 years old. And then a couple years later, started to invest in crypto. I became a grill chef. I didn't really got a lot of money, to be honest, because I was just working in the weekends. I also had to study, but I still accumulated XRP back then. I still was stacking XRP like crazy. And I've never had a net worth of $1,000 up until I was like around 19 years old. I was not saving at all. Like you still have a lot of people like that. So me saying that 250,000 flare is not enough for the people who have not even touched a couple thousands of dollars of net worth, that shows that you still have a lot of people who are still in the phase of accumulating. And for the people who are in that phase, let me tell you something. When I started to invest in XRP every single month, I kept on grinding. I had to start from somewhere, right? I had to get the money from somewhere to accumulate. So I worked really hard. I worked overnight every single weekend, man. Every single weekend, I worked overnight. I finished around 1 or 2 a.m., went home after me sweating in the kitchen. And I still were accumulating XRP around 30, 40 cents. Then we had that drop to like 10 cents. Kept on accumulating. I didn't give up at all. And then years later, you're actually eating the fruit of your labor. And that is exactly what is happening with Flare. You are going to eat your fruits from your labor because Flare at 1 cent is just very low. It's very undervalued. So when people are going to get 250,000 Flare, I'm not telling you that that is enough and stop accumulating. I'm telling you, don't even look at these numbers. Just start to stack how much you want to lose because obviously invest in how much you are ready to lose. I'm not telling you that you should buy Flare. It's not a financial advice. But if you see the potential of Flare, if you saw my videos, you know what is going to happen with Flare, the demand, what is happening on top of Flare network, the proposals that are coming that is making sure that FLR, the token itself, will get a lot more worth, should actually give you that confidence. Especially when I got the confidence when I was accumulating XRP back in 2018. I kept on accumulating. People said XRP is a scam, don't buy it. And then I was thinking by myself, like, hey, is this a really good investment? Like what I'm making? Because, all my money is going in there. I have no other money left. I have no cash flow. No one's going to give me money, right? I'm not going to get money from my parents just like that. They're going to airdrop 10,000 on me. That wasn't my world, man. I had to grind every single dollar. So for me, it was kind of concerning. I was like, people are saying that XRP is a scam. Like, I was just starting to invest. And then I did more research. And then that built up a lot more confidence. Because you have people who are expecting gains overnight. They are investing $2,500 today and they expect to be a millionaire by tomorrow. That is not the reality, guys. You guys really should realize that. Because the infrastructure what Flare is building is something that will create so much demand on that platform, and it's just getting started with XRP, right? XRP 5, you already see Examine Wallet already integrating Flare's tech. You already see the engine starting bit by bit, and the demand getting more and more. And it's just XRP. Imagine with Bitcoin, imagine with Litecoin, imagine with Doge, with a lot of other assets that don't even have smart contract capabilities. So that 250,000 Flare can do a lot for you, depending where you are living. Because if you live in the Philippines and you have $2,500 worth of Flare and it goes to 10 cents, that's a 10x. That is already 25,000. And once you earn yield on top of that, that's already more than a monthly salary. And that should tell you enough that 250,000 can be a lot for people that are living in these countries. But if you're living in the West and if you're young, start somewhere, man. Get a job, doesn't matter what the hell it is. I'll tell you, I've been a dishwasher for 1.5 years, almost 2 years. I just did it because I wanted to make money. And man, when I was a dishwasher and I was still accumulating XRP, I had no shame because I was just putting in the work. Even though my hands got burned because of the hot water, I was still kept on working because I knew what I'm doing right now is not forever, right? I was accumulating XRP at 30 cents, at 25 cents. And then later I was flipping hamburgers. I got promoted. And then when I got promoted, I even got a little bit more money so I could buy some other assets, right? So I bought XRP. I bought VeChain in that time. Man, that was no Flare back then. But those were good times, man. And that's why I'm telling you, doesn't matter what the hell you do, you should do everything what it takes to make money. And if you look at social media, you have all of these people saying, "Oh, 9 to 5 is just a scam. Oh, it's just the matrix. It's just keeping you enslaved." I mean, yeah, there is some truth to that, but you need to start somewhere, right? You cannot just do nothing and say, "Oh yeah, let me just get the money." I mean, if you have rich parents, that's another thing, but in general, I have massive respect for people who are stacking up crypto, who are working 9 to 5, who are doing everything to escape that, who are being janitors, who are doing dishwashing, who are working in restaurants every single night, who are showing up at work knowing that crypto will eventually make them financial free. They keep on accumulating. I have nothing but respect for these people. And I also know people who have rich parents who already got airdropped 500,000 to invest, right? But the grind, the hard work, they don't have hunger. And in the long run, the people who are struggling, the people who went through shit and they still got successful, are the people who have learned so much and are stronger than ever. That is why 250,000 flare might be a lot for people in other countries. But if you are in the West, you should keep on accumulating, not financial advice. Keep on finding ways to make money. Bring in that money because the future is very bright for Flare. We have FLR utility proposals coming that is actually making sure that Flare gets more utility. We have exchanges still waiting for Firelight. We have Examine already opening up their faucet. Things are just getting started. Look at the crypto market sentiment. People are still thinking it's over, right? People still think it's the end. And that's the time, the perfect time, where you should think about accumulating. Because this will not be forever. And before you know, you're probably thinking, oh man, I wish I bought Flare around 1 cent when it was there for a couple of months. But now it's at 10 cents or at 15 or at 20, 30. And that also plays a massive role with that 250,000 Flare. Because that 250,000 Flare will not just stay the same at 2,500. It will eventually be 25,000. And it might even be 250,000. It depends how far you are aiming and how much you are accumulating. So I hope that you guys have enjoyed this content. This is just a content for you guys to realize that what you are having right now, doesn't matter if it's 100,000 flare, 250,000 flare, it's you against you. You cannot compare yourself to people who are living in the West while you are living in the Philippines or some country like that. And I know social media is fucking up a lot of people's heads. But at the end of the day, it's you against you. It's all about your own growth. If you have 300,000 flare tomorrow, and the next month you have 400,000 flare, that's the thing you should celebrate. The growth that you have. So I hope that you guys have enjoyed this content. Make sure to like, subscribe, and don't forget to put something down below. Let me know what you think about this video, and I'll see you guys next time.